Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your end of October into November monthly reading. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. I'm going to pull a 6-card spread like I normally do for my weeklies and outcome, but we've got the new moon in Scorpio as we're about to enter Scorpio season, as well as eclipse season. So we go from October 25th through, like, I believe it's November 6th or something around that time, like the first weekend of November. And that is going to be our eclipse season. So during this time, we may be feeling a little bit of an upheaval, clarity as well. But this is an opportunity, because it is with the new moon, for you to really embark on that journey that you have been wanting. Letting go, releasing, doing the inner, deeper dive of the healing work, really being ready to let go of whatever it is. And look at that beautiful Ace of Lightning. By the way, this is a little bit of a newer deck. This is the Hocus Pocus deck for my spooky friends. I thought I'd bring in something a little bit of Halloweeny spirit. And so lightning in this deck is swords or airs. So we've got the Ace of Lightning and the 6 of Lightning. That's Ace and 6 of Swords. So I'm going to pull a Moonology card and Queen of the Oracle, or Queen of the Moon Oracle as well, for that eclipse energy, and see what else calls me. I also was called to pull like a little bit of a sneak peek into November. So I will wrap it up with November's energy so you know what to expect. So you've got the 6 of Potions in this deck is 6 of Cups. But your major arcana is the Fool card. So, it's funny because I literally just said, this is your opportunity to really do the deep dive, the heal, the releasing of blockages, emotions, turning over a new leaf and being ready to embark on a new journey. The Ace of Lightning is the Ace of Swords. That's really saying, it's time to really sweep away, get rid of anything that may have been blocking us, thought processes, people, places, situations, bad habits. It could also be like codependencies from, issues and situations from the past, 6 of Swords in the traditional Rider-Waite deck is really about, calm, forward movement, moving on to calmer seas, bringing in a sense of peace, ease, tranquility into your life. And I feel like this eclipse energy may bring up the energy of having to face certain things, experiences, traumas, issues, heartaches, disappointments that you've experienced in your life. And this is a very good opportunity to really work through whatever it is that has pained you, because pain, especially when you hold it within, becomes blocked energies, blocked traumas. It blocks you from growth, emotional, mental, spiritual, financial, physical growth, right? When you hold on to pain and trauma internally, you literally can manifest from that pain that you're refusing to release. It can literally manifest into something deeper, further. They say, I remember reading something that said that, people with extreme forms of trauma tend to have more health issues as they grow older, and that there are correlations between aches and pains of your knees, your feet, your shoulders, headaches, neck pain, back pain, and that there are specific correlations between where you're feeling the pain and the achiness to the time frame, or perhaps what the trauma was that you may have experienced at some point. So when you start to, oddly enough, start feeling like these aches and pains are coming on, or maybe you're just not feeling well, maybe you're just feeling out of sorts, you might really want to, as much as you don't want to, really work through whatever it is that has pained you. literally pained you on an emotional level, you know. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. This is a clear disclaimer. I don't claim to be a doctor. It was simply just something I had read. And, you know, if you are starting to experience things like that, you know, definitely seek professional help, seek medical help. I do feel that as you work on, you know, healing and clearing yourself of past pain and trauma, or even if you've been going through some really tough, stressful moments where it's just been very overwhelming, it feels as though you were, for whatever reason, you had like the same cycle of events or situations that kept replaying in your mind. Page of Potions is the Page of Cups, so it really tells me that this goes deep on an emotional level. And you know, you have this goal with the 10 of Potions, 10 of Cups. You have this goal of seeking only your happily ever after, building upon your happily ever after, emotional fulfillment, contentment. We want to cry tears of joy, not tears of pain, right? And I feel like that is where you are really trying to break free, break through, right? So, you know, the Page of Potions and the 10 of Potions, this is Cups energy, emotional, you know, happiness and growth and healing. So like I said, if there is a correlation with how you've been feeling, or perhaps certain things trigger you, perhaps there have been relationships and friendships that maybe you have lost or have had trouble in due to the lack of clarity, because it's almost as though, you know, one person is left in the dark, the other person just kind of wants to stay in the dark. They don't really want to explore or do the healing work. I'm really getting that very, very strongly for someone. And then we have the King of Candles, which is the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. That is my Sagittarian king. However, not gender specific or anything. And because this is a general reading, it could be anyone with those characteristics that, you know, that embodies that energy with the Fool card. I also feel that it can be you who finally says enough is enough. I need to do the inner work. I need to seek help. I need to seek therapy, counseling. I need to change my way. I need to get healthier, not just on a physical level, but on an internal and mental level. You know, it expands mind, body, soul, spirit to, you know, finally be able to reach a point where you feel whole and complete, well balanced, grounded. And by feeling that, you know, that sense of security within yourself, I really feel like you really just decide, you know, to hell with it. I'm not letting anything or anyone or anything that keeps replaying on in my mind, you know, bad situations, bad memories. I'm also hearing someone keeps replaying an argument. For whatever reason, there is an argument someone keeps replaying, and it feels like it was kind of a long time ago, but for whatever reason, it's like almost like ingrained in your mind, and it like haunts you is what I'm hearing. So you may be replaying a certain scenario or an argument that resulted in a loss is what I'm hearing. And so, you know, with the Fool card really tells me you're ready for new beginnings. You're ready to really find the spark of life all over again. Really, you know, looking towards starting a new life, a new chapter, and, you know, finally being open to receiving, finally being open to everything that the world, the universe has for you. What is the outcome here? Four of Pumpkins is Four of Pentacles. King of Lightning is the King of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And the Eight of Lightning is Eight of Swords, and this one wanted to come out as well. That's two eights here, because now you have the Eight of Cups, Eight of Potions, right? So I almost feel like, and again, at the bottom of the deck, we kept the same card popped up. So clearly that's a card that is meant to stay in this reading. Even though I shuffled So, you know, Four of Pentacles and the King of Swords. I feel like you can really be blocking yourself or blocking this energy of this person, whether this is you or another air sign. This is my Gemini King. Again, not gender specific, but it could be someone with strong Gemini in their chart. You could have Gemini in your chart, or just this is you in general, right? Now, the Four of Pumpkins is the Four of Pentacles. So I do get this feeling of, you know, as you're working things out, you're really stuck in your head. The communication feels muffled. Okay. So what do I mean by that? You know, when we think we hear someone having a conversation and it's kind of far away, or maybe we don't hear everything clearly or completely, you know, it's hard to understand. So I do feel like there is someone who's, you know, maybe trying to sort things out, work things out on their own, thinking and overthinking, and, you know, being so guarded that they're refusing to open up to people. They're refusing to let in, you know, those that surround them that want to help them. And so essentially, they're in this situation alone, but by choice. They have a really hard time letting someone in. So that could be you, or that could be someone around you that you've been dealing with that, you know, is struggling to either get in your good graces, or you've been struggling to help this person out, to really do some inner work, some healing work. And sometimes, you know, it really does help to speak up, to communicate, to let someone know what you're feeling, to let someone know you know, what you've experienced or traumas that may be affecting you. And, you know, everything has an expiration date. Everything has a limit. And I personally, and this is a personal belief, I personally feel that, you know, we can only take so much before our body, our mind, our heart starts letting us know, hey, you've already done too much. You've already taken on too much. It's time to worry about you. It's time to heal you. It's time to really, you know, offer yourself the guidance, the support, the love that every time someone has come to you for help, guidance, assistance, you've been there for. But now it's your turn. And you got to be that for you. So the Eight of Lightning and the Eight of Pumpkins, Eight of Potions, that's Eight of Swords and Eight of Cups. I do feel like, you know, you're really trying to, again, I'm hearing the word immovable. I feel like you think you're stuck in a specific situation that no longer makes you happy. I think that you thought that you could live with yourself, or live with this playing on in your mind, in your memory to the core, the trauma. I feel like you thought, you know, you're strong enough, or you can just forget about it, or you could just keep your mind busy, but things still come up. And I feel like whatever this may have been, person, place, situation, experience that may have hurt you at some point in your life, recently it's been replaying, right? Maybe it was something someone said or did to you. Maybe it was, you know, years of trauma, years of abuse, right? But the Eight of Swords is really saying, you know, you're keeping yourself stuck in this situation, especially if you're refusing to allow people to come in and help you, especially if you're refusing to, you know, get help, or, you know, I'm hearing to confront someone. So someone may need to get something off their chest. And I do feel like this is someone who's really just at the point of walking away, just walking away from the whole thing. However, I have to let you know, I listened to Abraham Hicks. I don't know if you do or not. However, I do recall one episode that I had heard where she said, you know, you can, Esther Hicks had said, you can, you know, leave one place and move to another. But the things that you don't deal with in the current location that you're in, or the current place that you are, vibrationally, you are still bringing that same energy with you to the next location. So if you are living, or, you know, if you are living in a particular situation or location, and it's reminiscent of something bad that happened to you, you know, there's trapped energy, there's stuck energy, there's replay of old events that keep playing over and over again. Moving away isn't going to heal it. Moving away isn't it might be slightly better. You might think of certain things less and less, and it may keep you feeling like you've got a new opportunity to start something new. However, eventually those thoughts, that pain, those experiences will creep back in. So it doesn't matter where you go if you don't do the work to really work on it yourself, to really explore other methods, other ways of healing from whatever it is that has been aching you or ailing you. So the eight of swords is really saying, you know, you found yourself in a particularly stuck situation at this time, and it is time for you to walk away from that. It's time for you to stop holding yourself back. You know, do whatever it is that you need to do to better yourself, even if it's in unconventional methods, right? So maybe it's instead of what you are used to in terms of seeking a medical professional. Maybe it's, you know, seeing someone on a spiritual level, or vice versa. Maybe you haven't trusted medical professionals and you've been seeing someone on a spiritual level. So just, you know, explore and expand your horizons. There are other methods of healing. There are other ways of being able to alleviate yourself from certain pains. And no, I'm not talking about anything illegal or anything like that, okay? Because I just saw somebody's very, very naughty thought right there, okay? So Moonology for that eclipse energy. And look at that. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. You may have Virgo in your chart. You be dealing with a Virgo. You may, there is someone that you are around that has very strong Virgo energy at this time. It's really, I'm also hearing this could have been stemming from something that started in Virgo season is what I heard. However, I believe the full moon in Virgo was probably in the summer. So it could go as far back in the summer. But, you know, this is a feeling of feeling unworthy, feeling like not good enough, feeling like you'll never measure up, feeling like, you know, you did the right thing by whatever decisions that you made. However, you're second guessing yourself. And so if you feel like you can no longer trust your intuition or your decision making, look at that. That card really flipped over. It's the card of fear. Fear of judgment. Fear of being alone. Fear of being trapped in a situation. But there's also this fear of dealing with your inner wounds, childhood wounds, inner child, you know, healing, or this feeling of whatever this is that happened that was a traumatic event in your life. I feel like that person, that Aquarius at that age, you know, you have them under lock and key, and it's like, don't ever come back out, because we are not talking about it. We are not dealing with it. I do feel as though this is something that made you feel very blocked and caged and afraid to speak up at some point, afraid to get the help that you need. And I also feel that there's a part of you that is saying, how did people not see that I needed help? Like there's also this energy of, you know, I was a child, or I was in pain, or I was, you know, in an abusive situation. How did people not see that? How did it go for so long without me getting any help? And I just realized it's MasterCard number 11 here. So I do feel like there are some, you know, some dark memories from the past that have been coming back up. And there's a little bit of resentment as well, you know, looking back, and it really affects you in other ways, not just in whatever this situation may be. Okay, so it could affect your relationships, your families, your work. It could affect other things, other ways. It could, you know, the way that energy that you're carrying, that you're sitting in, can affect the way you get along with other people as well, because they're clueless of what you're feeling. They don't know. But I feel like you may snap back, or you may break down, and it may not have anything to do with them, but there is something here that are unresolved issues, unresolved emotions and pain and trauma that really need to be healed. And Yeah, the focus here should be on bettering yourself, your own transformation, your own healing, and letting go and releasing. Because at this moment, I feel like you really do feel like you are drowning in these unresolved emotions. And it's really time for you to focus on bettering yourself. Focus on, you know, what needs to happen, what needs to take place in order for you to really come out of this in a much better energy and a much better sense of self-worth. And you know, I just get this feeling that maybe you feel like it may have came on randomly. You feel a little bit lost, but there is something that happened, and I'm hearing it clearly. There is something that happened recently within the last few months. I would say, give or take 4 to 6 months. That may have triggered this, and you've just kind of been keeping it under wraps. Like, I wouldn't doubt it if this was like from summer. You've just kind of been keeping it under wraps, thinking you're going to work through it on your own. And, you know, I just feel like the more you said you were going to work through it on your own, the deeper the sadness, the pain, the emotions started opening up other wounds that went along with that. So be mindful of that. The Wise Woman of Wonderland. Okay, so that is a card that says integrity and compromise. And I really do feel that with this card here, the Wise Woman of Wonderland, right? Like, are you out of integrity? Has someone been around you that has been out of integrity? Have you overcompromised yourself, your self-respect, your well-being? Has someone violated your sense of self, your self-worth, right? Someone who has just wanted to break you down. I just heard something, and I don't know who this is for, but they said the way that they talked to you and really tore you to pieces, like broke you down, tore you down, they saw it like a hobby. Like, this is someone who legit knew exactly what they were doing with no repercussions. And I can hear like this loud laugh that comes from that, almost as it was kind of funny to them. And it wasn't a joke. I'm sorry you had to go through that. But I do feel like if this is something that you experienced in the past, it has had, you know, some massive repercussions here moving forward. I do get this energy that the eclipse energy is really going to have you in some heavy emotions. However, I feel like you're going to move out of it rather quickly. You will. Let's see what November has in store for you moving forward. This reading has gone a little bit long. What do we have moving forward in November for Aquarius? Two of Potions is the Two of Cups in the Hierophant card. So this could be a long-term relationship, marriage, a serious committed relationship, also seeking marriage counseling. If this is, you know, pain or trauma or betrayal that has happened in a relationship, this is seeking, you know, remember what I said, you may be looking outside of the norm. You may be looking into, you know, religious facilities or you know, spiritual ways of healing. You may be looking and thinking outside the box in terms of how to heal your relationship, your partnership, or even the connection with your inner you, right? Your higher self, and trying to come back to be whole again. The Chariot card, the Seven of Pumpkins, which is the Seven of Pentacles, and the Justice card. King of Pumpkins is the King of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. So moving into November, the overall energy with the King of Pentacles is really this, you know, I always feel like, especially because in this card it depicts like a house, and I want to say the word manor, okay, like M-A-N-O-R, like a home, manor. Like, I always think of, you know, Disney Paris, the Phantom Manor, right? But, you know, I always feel like with this card here, I get this sense of the head head of the household, the man of the house, the lady of the house. I get this feeling of, you know, everything that I've wanted to do, work for, build, was to bring structure, to bring love, was to bring harmony and peace and joy, contentment and fulfillment within a household, right? I get this energy of someone who's really worked their ass off to get to where they're at. And, you know, it does feel like if this is in the energy within a household environment, married couple, you know, owning a home, buying a home, renovating a home, really making some big changes around the home. I'm also hearing someone here maybe renewing their vows. Someone here may be doing like some sort of commitment ceremony. I do feel like maybe even a family reunion of getting together and announcing, you know, like I feel like there's an announcement of, you know, either pregnancy or, oh, someone's hormones are totally up and down when I said that. So like, if you have been feeling really emotional, that can also play into it. So, you know, the Chariot card and the 7 of Pentacles is really like, you know, you've done the work and it's time for it to pay out. And I feel like you've probably been waiting for the right thing, for justice, for everything to just fall into alignment where things just fall into place. I've done the work. Where are my rewards? It's like I've poured all this stuff in, but I'm still waiting for the big payout. And you will have that payout because at the end of the day, you do have the King of Pentacles as your overall energy for the month of November. So let me pull here Wisdom of the Oracle as we move into November. And let's see October, November, what the card is from the Wisdom of the Oracle. All that glitters. Who just got this? I think Sagittarius just got this. And I just did their reading a couple hours ago, but they were the last reading I did. And I swear I shuffled. I've been getting a lot of repeated cards, which really tells me that a lot of us are on the same wavelength. A lot of us are having the same experiences, especially under this eclipse energy and the new moon. So when you're ready to embark on that new journey, when you're ready to do the healing work, when you're ready to, you know, cut ties or, you know, close old chapters and be ready to embark on new journeys, just be careful not falling for something that's so shiny and new, like the grass isn't always greener on the other side. So just be mindful of that, you know, sometimes what you are thinking is a better life or a better situation really just, you know, isn't going to have as the same impact as it would be had you done something else or had you continued on your path. I get the energy with this card of someone wanting to give up the 7 of Pentacles, the hard work that they've already put in. It's like, okay, nothing's paid out, nothing has shown results, moving on to the next thing. Like this is someone who gets bored really easily and is like over and done with, on to the next chapter, on to the next hobby, on to the next idea, on to the next partner even, you know. So just keep that in mind. There's a lot of that up and down energy, but I do feel like you got this. You'll be okay. All right. So just be mindful of that eclipse energy. I do feel that it will help you to clear out old energy, clear out the clutter, and be ready for new energy, new experiences, new connections, new friendships and relationships. Have a great rest of your month and November. I will see you guys really soon. Remember to give it a thumbs up, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Double tap that bell to get notified of all the new readings. And when I go live, I will be going live on a weekly basis. So you want to make sure your notifications are turned on. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support, and I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.